When you know it's Friday, you know it's hashtag Ask Wachiuri. And I tell you, today is a very, very important day. And as you can look where we are, it's a very beautiful place. In a minute, I'll be telling you where exactly we are. But in the meantime, I have my very able mentor. Wacha jiseme jina yeye mwenyewe. Karibu sana.
Wow, thank you DJ Covenant.
Uko salama?
Niko salama.
Yes.
And today we are talking about how to handle children
yes.
during these long holidays.
Yes.
And I can't wait to see the kind of questions that you're going to get. And we are live on FB Live. You can be able to send your questions, and we are purposely here to walk and work with you, to be able to advise each other and also to learn from each other, because DJ Covenant, these are our children. So we must know how to handle them when they are in our houses.
It's important.
It's important.
I already see mtu ananiambia, "He, na simuitisha kinywaji, muendelee kukunywa, tulia kidogo, inakam." But in the meantime, wacha tuendelee na show. I know sometimes people ask, watoto wakifunga shule, what do I do with them? Wamefunga shule, sometimes you're even scared. You don't want to be with them. But today we are going to learn how to handle our children during our holiday. Mr. Wachiuri.
Wow.
Kuna mtu yuko hapo hivi. Anauliza, watoto wamefunga shule.
Yes.
What do I do with them?
I think you are talking to me because personally I have a teenager.
Yes.
I have a preteen and a young girl. And they are actually at home from a few weeks ago all the way to the new year.
Yes.
And one of the things that I talk with the parents, the agony of the parents is how to handle these children for a long holiday. And you have seen some taking them to the villages, others leaving them with the house help, which is not very good. And it's very, very important, we as parents, to be able to walk and work with these children so that we develop their thinking.
Yes.
And I'm happy that I have seen some parents coming to visit their projects at Oxford Limited with their children. That means you are teaching them something. When your child sees you that you are able to invest, and you tell them what is investment, it means that you are planting that seed of investment to them. And those of us who have got teens, of course, the challenge becomes even bigger, because teenagers have their own mind, they are able to think, so you must not scold them. You must not force them to do things.
Yes.
The most important thing is you discuss with them, you work with them, so that there's understanding.
Yes.
And that's something that parents must do, especially this particular holiday.
I'm thinking of this person who has little kids. Let's talk from 1 to 10. And they are let's talk 1 to 12. And from 13 to 19, you've said they have different thinking capacity and all that. How do I combine? If you want to go somewhere, how do I engage them?
Maybe first and foremost is that as parents with children, all the time, point number one is that these are your children. So do not segregate them. So treat them nicely, treat them equally, and listen to each of them. If you have a preteen or a teenager, or even younger children, create time to listen to them. And those who are working out there, it's very, very important for you that you generate, you create time for your family, for your children, and also for your workplace.
Hold that thought.
This is
Here
the spa, the Ego Big Spa, Karen.
Yes, I told you, lazima tutaserviwa something very nice.
Oh my goodness.
Asante sana.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Ken.
That's Mr. Ken.
Wow,
Tunashukuru sana.
Thank you. Wow.
Tunafaa tuongee about now this place where we are.
Yeah, you can.
Najua already watu wanameza mate. Already hapa tuko.
Yes.
Can you tell them what the name of this place?
Wow, this place, I love it. I usually bring my children here, and they love it, they like it. We are in the center of the Hub Garden. And the Hub Garden is this beautiful restaurant. It's called the Ego Peak Spa.
Yes.
The Ego Peak Spa. This is actually a family restaurant whereby you can come with your children, you can come with your spouse, and you can be able to enjoy. If you enter right inside here, there's some places for children for them to be able to enjoy this particular facility. And you can see we are able to accommodate families. And if you are right there, you're wondering, where do I take my children? The place to take your children is the Ego Peak Spa. Inside, inside the Hub Garden.
Wow, I tell you. Wachani kusema tunafanya kazi huku nimevaa ya Ego Peak, wewe hapana. Huku nimekwambia, maybe because you've been here. Wachani, let me admit, it's my first time here.
Oh, DJ Covenant.
I know you already know the menu. Yes, menu tu kidogo.
Let me say that the Ego Peak Spa, the signature meal, and what I like most about this restaurant is the ribs. Oh my goodness, you eat ribs here. You don't go elsewhere, because the taste is a taste for life. And that's why I love this particular restaurant. Every Sunday, I come here.
So if you come here, just ask for rib.
I'll tell you.
I think we need to ask for that. But anyway, let's continue with our show.
Yes.
We were discussing about the teenager and young kids.
Yes.
Now, how you are supposed to
listen to them.
To listen to them.
Yes, and walk the journey with them. And one of the things that we do as parents, me included, is that we want to dictate our way of life to our children.
Yes.
Our children are totally different from us. And that's why we find that some parents even push their children to do courses that them as parents they like, and the children don't like. And once they finish their courses, they deliver the certificate to the parent and say, Mommy, Daddy, this is your certificate. So it's important to listen to these young people, these teenagers, to know what are their passions, what are their talents, and then we nurture, we take care of those particular talents, and as we said earlier, the people to mold these particular children is the parents.
Yes.
And I'm happy with a friend of mine who says that every time the children close school, they take them to their mentor. If the child wants to be a pilot, they identify a certain pilot, they mix with these particular children, and the children are able to learn. There are other children who want to be entrepreneurs, like George Wachiuri here.
Yeah.
I usually handle quite a number of children who want to be entrepreneurs, like George Wachiuri, because they can be able to ask those particular questions. And that's the only way we can be able to help these people when they are in our houses. Because one of the challenges that even me personally I face, and any other parent, they are these children being glued to gadgets. They are either on a PS, they are either on a phone, and the parents have become more generous.
Yes.
They are buying the S9 for their children, and the child is there for 12 hours or 13 hours, and these gadgets are deteriorating the children's thinking capacity. So we really need to do something as parents so that we don't develop children that are morons, children that cannot think. So it's a high time that whatever we do with them, we are developing these particular children. And one thing I advise people is, if you are going to invest, beba hawa watoto, go with them. If you are going to have good time for a holiday, plan with them to take them for a holiday. If you want to go and visit your parents in the villages, please don't ambush them. Tell them in advance so that they're able to see the other life of of the rural areas.
Yes.
And this way we keep developing them, their minds, and they are going to be different people. Yes.
So this means, like, most of the time I know as parents, sometimes you hear them saying, watoto wamefunga shule, I will take them to my rural area just to they go stay there because they will be a burden to me.
Oh my goodness.
So, how about that? Or what should the parents do?
I think that's not a good thing, because the reason for taking your children to rural areas should allow them to learn from either grandparents or to see how the rural life is like, but not to dump them there. Because once you dump them there, by the way, they know it, they feel it, and one time they will tell you, because the way we were raised, we can remember when we were 15 years, 13 years, we can remember some events. So I think I would ask the parents, the time to dedicate your time to these children is now, because very soon the nest will be empty.
Yes.
Very soon these children are going to grow.
Yes.
You are going to be left alone. And you'll be regretting, I wish I knew. I had a story, one of my very good friend. She was working for an international organization, and she had no time for the children. When the children went to school, they went to very good schools, Harvard University. Now the lady is at home. The lady is now old, and she's calling the children. They say, hey, mommy, you are never there for us. Now we are also busy. Let's be very careful on the values that we generate, the values that we input to our children.
Wow,
yes.
Excellent. Please, najua watu wanauliza kwani hamukunywi? Naomba please nitishieni straw. Hii think inahitaji straw. And talking about this kind of stuff, this is a place you've said you need to take your kids. Like, for example, if you want to take your kids, this is one of the places that you need to bring your kids.
Of course, definitely, I say that, especially the people living in Nairobi, we are somehow disadvantaged because we don't have many parks. And that's why, for me, I'm very happy when I see young families taking their children to Huru Park, because they are going there to Luna Park, they are going to swim. Yes. Of course, you come here every Sunday, you find parents, like just beside us, you see there's some couple there. They are already enjoying this particular facility. And of course, within the mall, we have a place for a big area for children. So don't just keep them at home. Something else that we can also do as parents is to teach these people, these children, on how to take care of the resources that we do have. In your own house, some of us, we are used to house help. The house help does everything.
Kila kitu.
Why can't you program your children to arrange shoes, to wash their own innerwear? Why can't you give them work and reward them? Whereby you say, I have a son called Alex. Alex, if you arrange these shoes,
Yes.
I'm going to pay you 50 shillings. So they know that 50 shillings is equivalent to a certain kind of an assignment.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. There's one of the managers here.
Yes.
Thank you again. We value you. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much.
So
yes.
Enjoy yourself, man.
Asante sana. This
Enjoy
one,
yourself.
I know mnameza too much. Poleni sana. Yes, you are saying teach
Yes.
them how to arrange.
Teach them how to arrange things and reward them. You are teaching them now. In the future, they are going to do assignments and they are going to be paid for. Otherwise, you can find yourself bring up children that they don't take any responsibility. So the time to nurture these talents is now.
During this holiday.
This holiday.
Let's talk about, I know parents, and
Yes.
this is very sensitive. Sometimes we don't show our kids where we have invested.
Oh my
Like we
goodness.
have parents, but I think I thank our investors.
Yes.
Most of our investors we see at Option, they come with their kids. But you see the wider variety, they don't show their kids where they have invested.
I think it's very, very important that even as we invest for the children,
Yes.
we must invest in them. And invest in them by showing them what you are doing. If you're investing at Victory Gardens, for example, Option Project, or you are investing in a managed, and we have these big events that we call Open Days, come with your children. They are going to ask you questions. Mommy, why are you buying this particular property? And then you'll be able to now to open up to them and tell them the importance of investing in real estate. And you are planting that seed of investment. Come to savings.
Yes.
It's very, very important also to teach our children on how to save.
So
that the money I say that you pay them for doing household chores,
Yes.
you teach them to save 10%. You also teach them to tithe out of the little money that they earn. 10% take to the church, because you are now developing these values to our children. It is possible, it's doable. I've seen it work. And once you put this kind of mustard seed in them, it becomes very easy in future when they are our age, man.
I know saving is a big topic.
Yes.
But how okay, our total, hii pesa tunawaambiwa wa save.
Yes.
Where are we assuming this money is coming from first? Yeah? And then the other one, how do you show them those steps of saving? How do you tell them enter bank? No. How do you do that?
Let me say what I do. You know, I have teenager in the house. I have spirit in the house. There's a lot of work in the house. So I give them that work on a pay. And then once I literally pay them, could be 50 shillings, could be 20 shillings, could be 10 shillings. And then I tell them, out of this money, accumulate for a week, for a month. And then 10% take these savings, this 10% to the church, 10% put it somewhere in a piggy bank. And then after 3 months we count. And then we have an account with them in all the bank. I go with them to the bank, carry them to the bank so that they can be able to ask you questions. What is banking? And then you have a chance to explain to them what is banking. Yes.
These are, I'm assuming this is from the age of 1 to 12. These teenagers, when you are qualify perhaps kufungua an account, what do you do with them?
No, nowadays you can even account for 1 day old.
Oh.
Yes, yeah. As a parent, you open on their behalf.
Now
and I'm happy that the financial institutions are able to open up. You can be able to open account for even for 1 day old. Yes.
Now you know wale watu wako single, hawajui maneno.
Yes.
Maybe
Yes.
I know maybe there's a parent who is there and is saying he wants to invest with Optiven since ameona there's a way. How do I invest with Optiven and engage my children?
What we do is that Optiven we have a very particular vision.
Yes.
And we say that the reason why we rise up every morning, our why for working is we want to empower, to economically and socially empower and transform the society. That means as a parent out there, if you're coming to invest with Optiven, we have events. The other day, we had a big event of title deed bonanza, whereby we are presenting titles to the investors.
Yes.
And I saw 2 parents coming with their children.
Wow.
And the children were excited. They say, hey, mommy, that means if you buy an investment with Optiven, you're able to get a title deed. So carry those children with you. We have events like on 14th of December, we have a massive event whereby we have sorted goats for you at the Garden of Joy. You can come and see the kind of variation that you have done there, because up to when we buy land, we put the infrastructure, we do the roads, we do the borehole, we pipe that water, and you can be able to come and carry your children as you come to see, to step on your investment with Optiven. It is possible and doable. And if you are there, save that date, 14th of December, you can be able to come, and I can see there are so many questions coming in from SB Live.
I can read a few questions. I see Josephat Mwangi, thank you very much. I see Jane Wangoiri, asante sana, tunashukuru sana. And someone is asking, I think this is a kid, he's asking, my parents, they don't show me where they invest. Should I provoke them?
I am happy that
that's a child watching.
And do you know why they are watching?
Yes.
Because their parents have bought the latest phones.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm happy that you see they are thinking. That means that as a parent, you are there, you are watching us live on FB Live. You can be able to tell your children where you are investing. You know, the investment is no longer a secret. Our fathers used to invest in secret. They go to the bars, they invest, they buy land there in the bar. They will never tell anybody. The time they die is the time people start fighting for this investment. But for the parent of today, it's important for you to tell your children where you are putting your money and where you're investing. Because these people, they are going to be your age very soon. And you don't struggle to tell them, I bought this property off event, I bought this property off event, and you are creating a generation that is responsible.
Mr. Wachiuri,
yes.
I'm a very busy person, so I don't get time even for these kids. How now? Like next week, I'm traveling. When I come back, I'll have so many other appointments.
Wow.
How do I create time for these kids?
I think our viewer need to check at the show we did, and we talked about work-life balance. You may love your work so much, but if you don't balance between work and family, one of these fine days you'll be 70 years. By the time you are 70 years, you have pains of joints. You know, you are complaining about your health, and you require these people to work with you. So they will also tell you, we are also busy for you. So as a parent, if you are a young parent out there, dedicate time for your children, because very soon you are going to depend on them.
We always appreciate you for everything that always you comment, telling, asking questions, and so many things. Sometimes, or even most of the time, these questions that you ask online are the things that we use even to have our topics.
Yes.
So we thank you. And we need, maybe you have a parting shot before we conclude?
I think we must thank all our viewers, and especially we thank the parents that are taking care of the generation, because the Kenya of tomorrow is going to be dependent on the children that we are raising. So if we raise children with good morals, it means that the leadership of tomorrow is going to be a better leadership. And I'm happy to see many parents are now dedicating their time, dedicating their life to make sure that the children are getting good education, they are getting good morals, and please don't pamper them. It is important for you as a parent to ensure that you are telling your children the right things, because very soon they are going to be 20 years, 30 years, and we want a responsible society, we want a responsible community, and that's why for us at Dr.George, we pursue this particular vision of economically and socially empowering. And as we do this show, I'm happy that we are empowering, we're inspiring the parents out there who are watching this FB Live, so that we are able to generate fantastic generation going forward, because Kenya is a beautiful country, and this particular nation, Kenya, is going to depend on the current generation, because for us, another 50 years, we'll be dead and buried. So who are going to take over this leadership? It is the children that we are raising.
Yes.
God bless you. Thank you so much. We really value you.
Yes, asanteni sana. You're a man of wisdom.
Amen.
That's a lot of wisdom that God has given you.
Amen.
And we need to tell them,
we value you.